Welcome to Star Expose. If you love celebrity news and real entertainment updates, you're in the right place. Kelsey Anderson and Joey Graziadei's love story has always felt like the quiet miracle nobody expected, but everyone instantly adored. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, it wasn't packed with theatrics, at least not beyond the usual Bachelor whirlwind. Instead, it was soft, steady, and beautifully sincere. And today, that story continues with the long-awaited update everyone has been desperate to hear, how their wedding planning is actually going. Fans have been circling for months like excited party guests waiting for the doors to open. When is the wedding? Where is it happening? Has Kelsey found a dress? Are they going big, small, beach, barn, backyard? Fans even imagine Joey hand-building the wedding arch out of driftwood while Kelsey arranges flowers with a Pinterest board that has 900 items. But the truth is far simpler and much more heart-melting. When Kelsey finally shared where they are in the planning process, she didn't give a dramatic reveal or a list of completed tasks. She simply smiled that familiar, gentle smile and said, "They're still in the early stages." Very early. And somehow, that update was even more perfect than any flashy announcement could have been. Because if you followed their relationship from the beginning, you know this is exactly their style. They've always moved at the pace that feels right for them. Never rushing because the world is watching, never sprinting because of expectations. Their relationship unfolded like two people learning to breathe in the same rhythm. And now, their wedding is unfolding in the same soft, intentional way. Still, before diving into the wedding details, it's worth rewinding to remind ourselves how this all began. Joey's season of The Bachelor was filled with unforgettable moments. The women he met were stunning, interesting, magnetic in all different ways. But Kelsey Anderson wasn't someone you simply noticed. She was someone you felt. Her presence had a kind of quiet warmth. She didn't force attention. She attracted it. By the time Joey reached the final two, the entire season felt like a tug-of-war between two perfect choices, Kelsey Anderson and Daisy Kent. Both beautiful, both kind, both adored by fans. But the heart chooses what it chooses, and Joey's heart chose Kelsey. That moment when Joey picked her, when the world saw the spark ignite fully, became one of the most cherished finales in recent Bachelor memory. And Daisy? She found her own happily ever after later, now engaged and thriving in her new chapter. Everyone walked away with their own kind of joy. After the finale, fans expected Joey and Kelsey to leap into wedding planning as if someone had hit a romantic fast-forward button. But instead, they stepped back and did something very rare for a post-Bachelor couple. They let themselves just be. They didn't rush dresses or venues or photographers. They didn't feel pressured by the fame or the cameras or the hype. They just enjoyed being engaged. They traveled together, laughed together, built routines, learned the tiny details of each other's lives, the way Joey needs 3 alarms to wake up, or the way Kelsey loses her phone in the same place she left it 5 minutes earlier. They created memories that weren't televised or edited or shared with millions. And that's why this wedding update matters. Not because it's packed with specifics, but because it shows they are choosing their future with intention. Kelsey was asked the classic question every engaged woman gets at least 17 times a week. Do you have your wedding dress yet? She laughed and said, "No, not yet." And you could almost hear the fans gasp. No dress? Not even one appointment? But the truth is, Kelsey isn't rushing the moment where she finds the dress. She's savoring it, letting herself fully enjoy imagining the possibilities. Because when she finally chooses one, it'll be a moment she'll remember forever. And let's be honest, no matter what she picks, lace, satin, glitter, minimal, mermaid, ball gown, she's going to look breathtaking. Joey may need emotional support because that man is absolutely going to cry when he sees her. But the dress isn't the only thing missing. Kelsey admitted that they haven't finalized many details yet. They're in the earliest part of the journey, the dreaming stage, the stage where inspiration boards are bigger than actual plans, the stage where you circle ideas, laugh at some, fall in love with others, and gently argue over things that don't matter but feel like they do. Should the wedding have candles? A string quartet? A taco bar? Should the reception playlist lean classic romance or full throwback chaos? The early planning phase is messy, magical, and full of possibilities, and that's exactly where they are. But here's the most important part. Kelsey is excited, truly excited. She spoke about the planning process with that soft sparkle she gets when she talks about Joey. She isn't stressed. She isn't overwhelmed. She's simply ready. Ready to step into this new chapter, even if it takes time to build. Their slow approach might surprise some people. Some fans might wonder why they aren't sprinting toward the altar. But the truth is simple. Their love has never been rushed. Their story has always been about choosing what feels right in their hearts, not what looks right on a timeline. And that's what makes their relationship so magnetic. They've weathered the pressure of fame without crumbling. They've stayed grounded despite the spotlight. They've grown closer even when the attention around them swirled like a storm. And now, as the wedding planning unfolds, they're keeping that same quiet, steady approach. Still, fans can't help but imagine the big day. Will it be a beach wedding with soft waves crashing behind them as they say their vows? Or a garden ceremony filled with blooming flowers and fairy lights? Maybe something rustic with wooden beams, candles, and cozy romance. Or perhaps an elegant ballroom dripping with chandeliers and strings of white roses. Every option feels perfect because it's not about the location, it's about them. Joey, with his calm warmth and kind eyes, will be the picture of steady devotion. And Kelsey, with her glowing softness and effortless beauty, will be the embodiment of bridal magic. The moment she begins walking toward him, everything else, every worry, every camera flash, every sound will disappear. He'll only see her, and that moment alone will be worth all the waiting. But before that moment comes, the planning process will likely bring its own challenges. Anyone who's ever planned a wedding knows the chaos ahead. Seating charts that feel like chess matches, guest lists that grow faster than you can trim them, decisions about vendors, decor, colors, invitations, food, music, lighting, transportation, accommodations, and whether or not cousin Becky should be allowed anywhere near the microphone after 3 glasses of champagne. There will be hilarious moments too. Joey probably pretending to help pick flowers but getting distracted by the snacks. Kelsey walking into the dress shop and trying on something huge and dramatic just for fun. Friends excitedly volunteering their opinions, even the ones nobody asked for. Moms crying, bridesmaids screaming, groomsmen pretending not to care but secretly planning a wildly emotional speech. And through it all, Kelsey and Joey will remain exactly who they've always been. Grounded, tender, sweet, and deeply connected. Fans love this couple because they don't put on a show. Their love feels real, quiet, steady, romantic in an everyday magic kind of way. It's the kind of love that grows through small gestures. The way Joey looks at her when she laughs, or the way Kelsey leans into him when they walk together. Their relationship feels built on genuine affection, shared humor, patience, and something that goes deeper than anything the cameras captured. That's why this wedding journey is so meaningful. It's not about how quickly they plan. It's not about extravagant details. It's about creating a day that reflects who they truly are. A day filled with warmth, sincerity, and the soft kind of romance that has always defined them. They're taking their time not because they're unsure, but because they want to do it right. They want the day to feel like them, authentic, comfortable, beautiful, and full of joy. And that might mean slow planning. It might mean months of decisions. It might mean lasting through tiny disagreements and savoring each milestone. But what matters most is that they are moving forward. Gently, happily, together. And fans will be there for every update, every dress fitting, every venue hint, every sweet little moment they decide to share. Because this couple has built a community of people who genuinely root for them, who feel invested in their happiness, who want nothing more than to see them step into their future hand in hand. As Kelsey said, they're only in the early stages. But early stages eventually become middle stages, and middle stages eventually become the moment when she finally steps into the dress she chooses, looks at herself in the mirror, and realizes it's all becoming real. Eventually, they'll pick a venue. They'll finalize the guest list. They'll choose flowers and music and the perfect menu. They'll plan a ceremony that reflects everything they've built together. And when the day comes, it will be beautiful, Not because it's perfect, but because it's theirs. The waiting, the anticipation, the slow unfolding, these are all part of the romance, the sweetness, the charm of their story. And when Kelsey finally walks down that aisle, with Joey waiting, smiling, already tearing up, the world will get to witness the next chapter of a love story that has been growing quietly, steadily, and beautifully since the moment they met. For now, the planning continues. Slowly, thoughtfully, with excitement and love. And fans can simply enjoy watching the journey unfold, knowing that the ending isn't really an ending at all, just the beginning of a much bigger story the two of them will write together. Thanks for watching Star Expose. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next big story.